Hi everybody. Welcome to Brighten Your World Part 2. I'm very pleased to be here this afternoon. I wasn't so sure that I was going to be here. I woke up this morning with intense pain in my bowel, and I actually had a great night's sleep, and I woke up, I had been waking up stiff. There was no stiffness. I had slept soundly through the night. I was getting ready to text a friend to say, great night, ready to shoot the video. And then all of a sudden, I went, let's see, if 0 was 0 pain and 10 was the most pain, I went from a 0 to a 9.5. Split second. I was screaming in my bed for my mom and my brother who's in town visiting. And I thought, you're going back to the hospital. It was excruciating. It turned out that I needed to have a bowel movement, which has been, as you know, a recurring theme in my treatment. And so I managed to get to the bathroom and have a bowel movement, but the pain returned, and then I managed to get to the bathroom and have another bowel movement, and slowly the pain started to subside. We were right at the point where my mom was ready to call 911, and it was bad. And what continues to be so surprising is that the pain goes from 0 to 10 so quickly, and then back down from 10 to 0 equally as quickly. And my brother, who has the greatest faith in me, thought there's no way she's shooting her video today. And you all know how much I love my videos. Nothing stops my videos. But I was like, I just don't know. Today I might not be able to pull it off. And I'd probably say within a half hour, everything had calmed down. I was very exhausted because when you go from 0 to 10 and then, or 9.5 and then back down to 0 and then back up to 9.5 and then back down to 0, you expend an enormous amount of energy. And I was just like, oh, I kind of wasn't even in the mood to make a video, but I just remembered every time I shoot a video, the energy arrives. And that's what I held on to. And 2 or 3 hours later, I was stretching, and I got on my rebounder and did some gentle bouncing and did some restorative yoga poses, very gentle, very gentle. And my makeup artist, hairstylist, set designer, Beth Alice, showed up. I don't usually use names, but I don't think she'll care that I use her name. Showed up, and I'm like, let's do it. And my brother, who I can rarely shock anymore, his jaw just dropped because I came in, I had energy, I was excited. I had just rebounded, done jumping jacks, and he's like, nobody would have believed that 3 hours earlier they were getting ready to call 911 for you. And they were. I say they, my mom and my brother. So that's what's been going on here this morning. And here I am, draped in my delight with the beautiful tree behind me, and surrounded by my vases and my flowers and my feathers and all my colors and my crystals. So I'm happy. These very simple things, they're not so simple, but they sometimes feel simple, make me happy. They inspire me, and they show the power of purpose. When you really have when you're really living your soul purpose, the energy arrives. That's the best way I can put it. It just keeps arriving, no matter how doubtful I get. And I don't get so doubtful anymore because I've seen it over and over. The energy arrives. And this morning, it was kind of interesting because I'm always dressed in colorful clothes. And this morning I woke up and I'm like, I want to wear black. I'm feeling the energy of black. And I want green crystals. I want black clothes and green crystals. So Beth Alice helped me design a set. Well, she designed it. I just gawked as it became birthed into creation. Those were the colors that I was craving, and it's important to honor and support the energy that's already present, and that was the energy that was there. Plus, I was joking that with all the color around me, if I had color on me, the eyes there'd be no place to focus. So I become the focal point because I'm in black and the color can surround me. But if I was draped in my usual color, surrounded by all my color, you might have trouble looking at your screen. So I've done it for you guys and made it a little bit easier. I'm dressed in black, which I normally don't crave, and it was fun to put on black and to do my makeup a little bit more dramatic and to prepare myself for today. I'm going to take another breath. I'm jumping into this video with a little more enthusiasm than normal. Usually I'm a little bit more calmer and a little more settled, so I want to make sure that I'm in my body. I'm hearing some birds in the background. I'm seeing my feathers in the vase slightly blowing in the wind. I'm settling in from the drama of the morning, drama/trauma of the morning. Getting back to my breath. Wow. Feels good to just settle. Sometimes you have to consciously choose to take a break and to tune into the body. It's easy to get caught up in this la-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da-di energy, and then it's like, okay, now it's time to settle. Whew. It's been a big day, and it's been a rough, really 3 weeks. Today is part 2 of Brighten Your World, and that means I'm halfway through radiation. The truth of the matter is, there's been so much going on that radiation's kind of been in the background, because this weekend I was in and out of the emergency room twice, trying to figure out what was going on with this bowel area, and we redid my pain management, and I'm now finally on 24/7 pain medication, a slow release, pain release, the same medication, but it's now in my system 24/7 on a baseline, and then I can take more if my pain rises really high. I can take more on an as-needed basis, and that was a surrendering to you got to give your body what it needs. And of course, I'd rather not have cancer, and of course, I'd rather not be on 24, have pain medication in my body round the clock, and yet I want to live, and I want to try to live with as much quality as possible. It's not just to live. I don't want to just I don't just care that my heart's pumping. I want to be living. And so that was the first step. And then we had to readdress the treatment for the bowel system. Obviously what I was doing was not enough with the increased amount of the pain medication. And the swelling in the liver, which we realized puts pressure on other parts of the abdomen, pressures on the colon, and it rotates around, and it's just, there's a lot going on in here. So we also put me on steroids just for a month to help reduce some of the inflammation, to see if we can create a little more space so that things can adjust with a little bit more grace. I don't know how, to be honest, I don't know how I don't even know how I'm sitting in this position with the amount of stuff that is not easily movable in this area. And by the grace of God, Hashem, my brother is, he likes the Hebrew version, grace of the universe, grace of Buddha. I'm not particular, but I've been given some odd capacity to maintain some fluidity and flexibility in areas of my body that at this point you would just think would be impossible. You just think that I'd either be dead, or I'd be full-time in the hospital, or I'd be in hospice. And that time may arrive, may not arrive. You know, it always comes back to my soul purpose. And I have a vision that's very clear, and I don't want to compromise on it. So I really don't care what happens with this body. I care, but it doesn't change my actions until I'm given definitive, unrefutable, undeniable, factual, evidence that I'm going down soon. Then I'm just going to keep holding my vision and taking my time to be able to launch my site with the quality. I don't want to compromise on the quality unless I have to. If I have to, I will, and plans are in order. And then, you bow down to the forces that are greater and say, I trust your plan. You don't have a choice. But that hasn't become definitively clear. So in and out of the emergency room, doubled over in pain. And on top of that, this area of my lip and chin had become numb. So I had to have they called it a lumbar rupture to take spinal fluid out to kind of try to figure out what's causing the numbness. And we're halfway through the radiation therapy, but we got brain therapy that will have to be small tumor, but it will still have to be addressed. And I don't know how this is going to be addressed because we don't really know what the cause is yet. And I'm not a masochist. I prefer pleasure. So it's not like punish me more, but I say again, I'm not ready to give up. And I'm just not ready to throw in the towel because I haven't gotten the sign that says clearly, you have a week or two, you have 3 weeks, get things in order now. And until that arrives, or until the threshold of pain is so consistent that I can't function, then that's another reason to let go. But I want to give my body time to see if it can work through this, see if it can adjust to the new pain protocol, to see if we can find a way to have a bowel movement without me being at a pain level at 9.5. to give the low dosage chemo a time to work, to see if the radiation can clear out the eye tumors. I know these are a lot of things to deal with, but they're all in progress. And so I feel like there's too much flux to make a concrete decision. And so I'm waiting and trying to support my body as best I can. But obviously there's been quite a lot going on, and I'm going to pause again because thoughts just all of a sudden ceased, and I'm going to tune back in again to body for just body and nature. So I'm seeing in front of me, I'm seeing some their lemon plant with the leaves flowing, and I know behind me, I can't see it, but I know there's a big tree, and I'm assuming that there's not that much wind today, so the movement is, I see some branches over there moving. The movement is a lot more subtle. I see it mostly, the strongest movement in these light feathers over here. Sky's really blue today. I'm just going to reground myself in my body for a few breaths. I hear the birds, some hawks, very, very faint in the background. And now the breeze is picking up a little bit more. I can feel it, things are moving with a little more energy. I feel the breeze washing over my body too, which is very revitalizing. Now I hear the background noise a little bit, actually a lot. Some kind of plane or helicopter flying over. Hi plane, hi helicopter. Now the plane and helicopter have drifted off, and I can start to hear the birds again just a tiny bit. Actually, they're chirping up a little bit of noise now. I hear birds in stereo. Birds coming from this side, making different kind of sounds, different tones than birds coming on that side. And just enjoying breathing. Just enjoying that I can find space for breath in this position. That's a big goal for me. So today the crystal that I picked out is fluorite, and I've been drawn to it the last couple of days, really the last week, and that stone has to do a lot with mental acuity, but it's not about being in your head. It's about taking the energy you receive from the higher planes, the mental energy that you receive from the higher planes, and grounding it into your body, into the earth plane. The two strongest words associated with fluoride, I would say, would be discipline and organization. I'm laughing because I am one of the most organized persons people around. But to go through this task requires a great, enormous amount of mental acuity. There's so much to process. Decisions have to be made quickly, and the mind has to be able to work very sharply. There's so much to take in, so much to process. And so it's the organization of the fluorite, even though it's already one of my strengths. I feel I'm focusing on it because I need to use my strengths. I need to use them to their maximum capacity. This is the time to be taking what I'm getting from the greater realms, helping it go into my body, and then grounding it there on the earth plane, because I don't live up here. And I'm not ready to live up here. I want to live here on the earth plane. And that's where my soul purpose is, in this earth plane. So the fluorite helps me stay organized in this mental realm, almost like a bridge, and then take that energy and shoot it into my body and say, okay, now we're here, and let's make decisions that use the wisdom of the higher realms, but require action in the earth realm. And also, fluorite comes in many colors: green, purple, silver, many more colors. It's a very versatile stone in that way, but the green is almost always activates. I've talked about it in previous videos with green tourmaline, same with green fluorite. Green is pretty much universally helps activate the heart chakra. And so I think I'm also drawn to not just the fluorite, but to this particular green fluorite piece. It's really, I'm going to pick it up. I want to touch my green fluorite. It's not, let's see, oh, it's heavy, but I'll get it over here. Let's see the best way to do this here. Okay, I wanted to touch it. I love my green fluorite, so that was unplanned. I probably messed up the pillow setup, but I needed to touch it as I talk about it because it's energy and I wanted to feel it. So I still got a little bit of muscle strength left. It's heavier than it looks, but it's a gorgeous stone. You can see kind of how it pieces together in kind of an organized way, like the cubes. It's kind of like in a cube function. They all stick together, and the color to me is just luscious. And I love this stone. I love the feel of it. And I have very strong, right now it's very comforting, and I have strong resonance with it, and touching it even just makes me feel good. So I'm going to attempt to pick up this massive green fluorite and move it over here so I can, I think I did it. I think we're getting towards the end of this video. So I want to put this aside so I can kind of gather my concluding thoughts. And again, coming back to my body as I conclude and giving one last touch to my beautiful fluorite. I give thanks to God, the universe, Buddha, whatever greater power that you may choose or not choose to have in your life, for allowing me to recover from this morning and be able to be in this lovely, lovely nature, in this beautiful setup to create this video. I also want to give thanks that I had my bowel issues at 7 or 8 in the morning and not at 2 o'clock in the afternoon in the middle of shooting my video. I don't want to be doubled over in pain screaming, 9.5, 9.5, call 911. So if you have to have a moment like I had this morning, better it be this morning where it didn't rob me of this joy that I'm currently feeling, which continues to amaze me that under the amount of stress that me and my body are under, that I still have moments of just, this is joyful, that I'm given 30 minutes or an hour or 5 minutes of genuine joy. I want to give thanks to that. I want to thank the team of professionals, all highly, highly skilled and talented in their own regard. Beth Alice, who I've mentioned about 5 times this video, who helps with set design, makeup and hair. And I want to thank Stuart, who is consistently here doing an incredible job videoing and also being of support. He's very good at hearing what I need, and it's not always easy to adjust to what I need. I'm very particular. I'm an artist, what can I say? But he works very hard to accommodate me and my particular needs. He has someone he works with, Mitch, who does the editing, who is also equally talented in what he does. And then on the larger scale of my website, I have an editor who edits all the written portion, who is phenomenally talented. She's known me the longest of this team. She's known me since even before the first diagnosis. And she's been editing small pieces. This is the biggest job. This is her second big job, but this is the biggest job that she's done for me. And of course, my website designer, who is also incredibly gifted. So I had this team of incredibly talented people who are supporting me in my sole purpose and my mission. And I couldn't do it. If any one of them were gone, I'd have a problem. They all serve a really unique function. And I want to give thanks to my brother, who's in town visiting, whose support and love is enormously appreciated. We have grown, our bond has deepened enormously since my diagnosis. It's deepened enormously even previous to that, but we have come full circle. And I'm very grateful for that relationship. I'm grateful to my mom, who is staying with me. I think we're in month 6. We're in this time warp together. Most of the time we love each other. Sometimes we hate each other. I think it comes with the territory, with all the stress that I'm under, and it's very, very stressful for the caretakers. She's sometimes, often actually up through the night. It's been very hard on her and my father, who that relationship has been challenging for me, and he has found a way to also be of productive and positive support. So the whole family has rallied and really come together, and I'm grateful for that. And of course, the inner circle, who are the people who are now watching my videos until I get ready to launch, which is getting closer, so that's exciting. And again, to nature, that oh God, that red tree over there, oh my God, there's so many beautiful things to look at. My connection to nature and the revitalizing force that it infuses me with. I want to give thanks for that. And my friends. So let me check in to find my final closing words. I give thanks to this life journey that has been difficult long before the cancer diagnosis. And I give thanks for the opportunity and the privilege to be able to take this enormous, enormous burden and to, I like the word transmute, but to transform it into something positive. I ask God to grant me the time and the energy to be able to do it on my terms and with the quality of vision that I hold for it. But I will be flexible. If I'm called to be flexible, I will adjust if I have to. But that's my request to the universe. Please grant me the time and the energy to transform this with the quality of vision that I hold for it. And may the world be brightened in the tiniest and the largest of ways, whatever, that will be out of my hands. But may, as I transform it, that's the miracle. It's on me, it's heavy, but when I transform it and put it out into the world, it brings light, it lightens. And that's what I'm so grateful to have this opportunity to take something really, really, really difficult and turn it into a blessing. So I prefer that I not have cancer. I prefer that I not have some of the challenges, the many challenges that came before the cancer. But I can't change those things, but I can do something positive now. And that's what I want to end on, my gratefulness for the opportunity to bring light to the world from my suffering and to model this for others. And it's a great blessing and it's a great privilege. So blessings and love and support to all of you who have been on my journey, to all of you who continue to be on my journey, and to all of you who will be joining me on my journey. Deep gratitude.